This is the 2024 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4RR, a 400cc inline-four ripper of a sport bike. We spent a day at Thunderhill Raceway in Northern California hammering the little screamer to its 16,000 RPM redline. On paper, the high-revving engine, fully adjustable front and rear suspension, and excellent brake package point to excellent on-track performance. But is it really track day ready? Let's find out.
For me personally, I've anticipated this for months and months. To age myself a little bit, back in the day, Japan was making all these super cool 400cc inline fours that never got imported to the United States. And when I was in my early 20s, I drooled over those bikes and never got to ride one. So when this inline four from Kawasaki was announced this year, I was like, that's the bike that I've always dreamed of riding. And then months later, here we are out on the track, getting to do 7 30-minute sessions at Thunderhill, which is a super cool track, very interesting, lots of elevation change, but an ideal track to ride a bike like the ZX-4RR. The engine in the ZX-4RR is a 399cc inline four. We thought that the days of seeing motors like this in sport bikes was dead and gone unless you were talking about Chinese bikes that don't get imported here. So the fact that Kawasaki brought this bike into the United States is just such a cool thing.
Despite being a really fun engine, our US bikes have been neutered to meet sound regulations. On Thunderhill's front straight, you can really feel the engine lose momentum between 11,000 RPM and redline, where the power has been trimmed back. Despite being a little disappointing up top, riders who plan to race the bike or ride track days can find solutions in the aftermarket, like flashed ECUs. We've seen proof of a kitted 4RR making 80 horsepower at the rear wheel.
The bike not only has a great engine, but it also comes with a really complete electronics package. It's got multiple ride modes, it's got a high and a low power mode, it's got multiple traction control settings, 3 there, and then it's got 4 rider modes. It's basically got a sport, a road, a rain, and a customizable rider mode that you can adjust. The chassis is a steel frame. It's not one of the fancy aluminum frames that they had on the sport bikes of the late 90s and that era of Japanese stuff, but it's a stout steel frame. But the cool thing here is the suspension. It's got fully adjustable inverted Showa big piston fork on the front. It's got preload adjustability, which is unique, especially in this displacement class. It's got a fully adjustable rear shock, so you've got great suspension just right out of the box. So if you're just a track day guy, or you're maybe just do some, good mountain road riding and you want to be able to get in there and adjust everything to your liking, this bike comes with premium suspension right out of the showroom floor.
On track, the stock suspension worked very well. The fully adjustable fork and shock should get most riders into the right window. At Thunderhill, we were quite happy with the setup provided by Kawasaki and made very few changes all day.
This bike comes with a pair of radial mount 4-piston calipers up front with 290mm discs. The braking on the track was absolutely awesome. I was completely blown away. 1 finger braking, maybe 2 in your hardest braking zones. The track that we're at Thunderhill here doesn't have a lot of hard braking zones, but the power and the feel of the brakes is next level for this class of bike. There's just not really anything in this mid-displacement class that has that sort of feel and power. So we spent a long day out here, and the one thing that I was the most impressed about is just you can ride this thing all day. You go down the straightaway, you can get relaxed, you're not getting your mind warped by speed like you would on a 600 or a 1000cc bike. So it's just really fun and rewarding to ride, and I think can be a great bike for a newer rider who wants just a really high quality track day bike or something like that. But I think experienced riders who've been riding for 10, 20, 30 years hop on this bike and instantly understand what it's all about. The handling's fantastic, the motor's fun, the electronics work really well, it's got great brakes, it's just a great package right out of the gate. Under $10,000, you look at it and you go, oh, I think I might need one of these in my garage. So I think Kawasaki has hit a home run with the ZX-4RR, and we're super excited to spend more time on it, get it back on the dyno, do a comparison test, do some other things, and really find out what this bike's all about. If you like what you see, please subscribe, comment, and like, and thanks for watching.